morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the weekend webinar. This is video number 973, and this one is a weekend webinar. My name is Oscar Carboni. Hello, nice to meet you if you don't know who I am already. Traders, this video is to teach you the art of technical analysis, to show you how to read the charts so you can apply them to the S&P, the NASDAQ, the stock market, the bond market, currencies, you name it, ETF stocks. The analysis that I teach you in these videos applies to all of the trading that we do. As we know, futures trading can be extremely risky and cause substantial financial loss, right? Not every trade's a winning trade, so we know that stops must be put in. A stop is your best friend. Trading futures is not suitable for all trading accounts, so make sure that you understand the risks. All right, traders, so this particular video we are filming on a Sunday night for trading January 28th, which is Sunday through Monday 2013. There is a lot on this board. There's a lot to talk about. This is a big video, traders. I hope you have time for this. This is called the weekend webinar. In the beginning of this video, or in the beginning of the chart segment, I'm going to show you a short-term view, what we think Sunday through Monday, maybe Tuesday. Then I'm going to show you something else in this weekend webinar. And you know what it is? Traders, many of you that have been around me for quite some time, you must recognize what's coming next. How often, only a few times, but when you've seen them, how great have these videos been? You know what this video is called? A fundamental shift, baby, a fundamental shift. Is there a fundamental shift in our markets about to take place? Well, where I left off in this last video right before this one, I told you, OMNI, that this country economically is about to explode. Looking at the charts, right? Well, I'm going to show that to you in this video. You are going to see a lot of charts that will absolutely depict that very much these question marks turn into exclamation points, and we are at a fundamental shift in the markets, and a good one for the U.S. My OTAPMA, the OMNI Trading Academy's proprietary moving average, or OTAPMA, says, yes, unequivocally, we are at a fundamental shift. Something else insane you might not hear anywhere else, but if that's the case, we are at a fundamental shift. You know what it means? Very bullish ES, very bullish Dow, very bullish Euro, and the top, T-O-P, the top comes in markets like gold, silver, bonds, buns, you name it. If it was anti-markets going, well, if it was a fear market that went up for the last few years since 2009, when the fear came in that the economy was going to crack, it has now topped and is going to start to head down according to my OTAPMA, my OMNI, and the charts I'm about to show you. Now that is really, really bold, that statement I'm making right now, right? But there is proof in the news, and there is proof technically. Now, I always read the charts. I love to read the charts, but on the weekends, I like to sit and read all the newspapers that I can get my hands on, and I'm talking about just about anything out there. Financial Times, from the Financial Times straight through to the Post. I read everything in between. Wall Street Journal, you name it. I read it, you know, Investors Business Daily, you name it. I'm no Sarah Palin. I actually know the names of these magazines and newspapers because I read them religiously. On the weekends, I spend my time looking for the fundamentals that make my charts make sense all week long, so I can put together the fundamentals with the technicals. So, the technicals you know I'm going to show you. But reading through the gamut of newspapers this weekend, I will tell you that many great things are in the papers. I'm just going to go off. I have a ton of pages here. I'm just going to bat through some of the things I had written down, taking notes while I read over the weekend. Traders, Europe is paying back its Euro top. Remember Euro top? Europe is paying back at least 137 billion euros. That comes out to 182.2 billion US dollars. Is going to be paid back to the ECB on day one that these banks are eligible to stop paying. They had to hold the money for 1 year. 1 year's anniversary is up, and on day one, these guys want to pay that money back. That $182.2 billion amounts to about 25% of the first round of top money already being paid back 2 years early, 2 years before they are due. Traders, when we started watching our banks pay the top money back, that was the turning point in the United States. Now we're watching Europe pay its top money back. Maybe the turning point for Europe, right? Come on, Europe, we can use it. Come on, Europe, we want you guys to come along with us, right? So, what else is in the news? The S&P, the SPY, the cash S&P is above 1,500 for the first time since 2007. Yeah! Traders, you're going to see the 1540 mark get hit in the next couple of days, but we'll talk about that when it gets there. Next, U.S. home sales jumped 20% in price this year, an official figure, and the figures now say we are in a bull market residentially in real estate. It is a bull market for real estate once again, according to those figures. Now, Brian Bethane, he's president of macroeconomic foresights out of Massachusetts, and I read this in Wall Street Journal. They claim that 10 to 15% increase above the 20% increase on new home sales next year, or this year, 2013. So, we've gone up 20% in price last year, and we're looking for another 15%, 35% jump in price, rock and roll real estate in the U.S. Once again, right from the Wall Street Journal, talk about analysis. I'm giving technical analysis a round of applause before I even give you this headline. Listen to this headline. Apple loses its title as the world's largest company to Exxon as of Friday. Who called the top at Apple first, baby? That was OMNI right here on this board. Look at it. Right there in the newspaper, Apple loses its crown. Could you imagine? There's a little more Apple news coming after this. Now, P&G's net income up $1.7 billion over the same period last year. That's fantastic because it's a huge company in the United States. Here's some bad news. Apple's bonds, there are Apple bonds. They're tied to Apple being above $595 or higher. They were sold by Morgan Stanley. They were sold by everybody, Goldman Sachs. Everyone jumped on it when Apple started to make those highs at 700. They started offering these instruments that are bonds around Apple, tied to Apple being at high-flying prices. Here's where the problem lies. Those bonds have collapsed, and now those bond buyers are holding shares of Apple. They're getting hit right now with shares of Apple from $700 down to $550, and Apple's in the 440s. Oh my goodness, you would not want to have been part of that crowd. So that's a little bit of bad news for Apple, but still great news for the market, because as money comes out of Apple, it goes into all the other stocks in the United States. Now, I mentioned to you gold and silver, bonds and bunds are likely done. The news in the papers tells me the same thing, not just the charts. So we shall see. Home equity loans begun to explode. Up at least 35% this quarter alone. Home equity loans, people borrowing off the equity on their homes. Can you imagine what I'm saying? Home equity loans up 35% this quarter. And the banks are saying that they're borrowing the money to buy big ticket items, not even fix up their homes. But then you go to New York City. In the state of New York, the home equity loans are up 53% because everyone's fixing their houses after the storm up there. 53% upward spike in home equity loans in New York. 35% spike in the nation, traders. This is wonderful news. Then there's something really big I've been touting to you OMNIacs for a long time now, and it's natural gas. Here's a headline straight out of the newspapers. Natural gas now beginning to wreak havoc on the coal and nuclear or atomic energy industry. The safety of keeping a nuclear plant running is just too expensive. The low prices of natural gas make it impossible for a coal or a nuclear plant to compete. It's clearly 5 times more expensive per kilowatt to run a nuke plant over a natural gas plant or an electric plant for that matter. So, natural gas is now starting to show the world that the U.S. has so much of it and it's going to be so cheap, we're going to flood the world with it and we're going to natural gas this country into prosperity. Next, small investors flock back into the stock market. Many have been on the sidelines since 2008. Many have missed a tremendous rally and are plowing in now trying to play catch up. Another headline. The S&P, the emini S&P has been up 8 days in a row. No one has seen a streak that long since 2004. Traders, that's fantastic news. Are you kidding me? Rock and roll. The papers are looking fantastic. Now, that brings us to a chart segment. In the chart segment, I'm going to be able to depict that this is a fundamental shift coming. OTAPMA will prove that to you, and that gold, silver, bonds, and many other fear-monger markets very well may just have topped. Now, traders, don't forget, I'm holding an Omni camp at the end, or I should say at the beginning of March, the first week in March. March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, a 4-day trading session held live here in Las Vegas. So make sure you come on down to livewithoscar.com if you'd like to qualify for one of the 2 open seats that remain in OmniCamp. Traders, don't trade alone. Come on down to my site, livewithoscar.com. Come to my free trading room. I have a free trading room, and I want you all to come down where I park myself 24 hours a day in that live chat room, helping to teach you Omniacs how to get through these trades, how to read the charts, and how to behave as professional traders throughout the day. Finally, I'd like for you to subscribe to these videos so that each and every time I put out a video, YouTube sends you a message to let you know that we have just put out a video. Traders, with no further ado, let's go look at some charts.
Traders, Oscar Carboni is holding another OmniCamp live in Las Vegas. OmniCamp is an intensive 4-day course taught by the Wall Street whiz Oscar Carboni himself. Oscar has been analyzing markets and trading commodities on and off the New York trading pits for over 30 years. Trading for a living is a very difficult business. Oscar will simplify the process so that you can easily understand and analyze the markets. Classes are limited. For more information, call 702-629-4755. Our phones are staffed 24/7. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. Trading futures is not suitable for all accounts.
Traders, you are not going to believe your eyes, so you better get ready. First of all, let's take it slowly for just a moment. This is what we expect for trading on Sunday through Monday. That's tonight through tomorrow in the emini S&P. Inverted head and shoulders on the daily, held the 200 bar moving average, sent us up into this wonderful looking parallel channel, and higher we do expect for trading Monday. Emini S&P on the daily looks great for Monday. Then we look at some other markets that would make that so. Traders, on Thursday I put this chart out for my Omniacs in my trading room, and I said, look at this beautiful bull flag in the euro. I said that is a great buy signal, and we put out a buy recommendation on the Omni. Here's what happens Friday. Boom, look at the bull flag and look at the end result. Talk about technical analysis firing on all 8 cylinders. You gotta love analysis, right? Once again now, for trading Sunday, Monday, we expect that the euro finally broke out of the bull flag to now just continue higher. So, euro is expected to go higher, as is the S&P on Monday. Now, what would make that possible? Traders, I've been showing you this bond chart for the last 3 or 4 videos, and I told you watch this parallel channel. It should cap off the bond market. It certainly has capped off the bond market right there. The bond market touched that line and broke. Now we're down below this red bull flag. Very bearish bonds. That would be bullish for S&P undoubtedly. So that scenario is working. And then here's the gold chart, traders. Another market that, if you ask me, is finally showing signs of fatigue, showing signs that people are no longer fearing they have to hide their money in the gold market. Gold is now below the 200 bar moving average. Very, very important. It's also down below this trend channel, and gold looks to me like it wants to break. That makes perfect sense for the daily trading Sunday through Monday, expecting S&P up and bonds and gold down. So that's what we're looking at. Now, traders, this is going to get exciting because what we're about to do next is all about weekly charts and the OTAPMA. And last time I came in front of this camera and said, oh my goodness, a fundamental shift, it was because I had 20 or 30 markets all come to my OTAPMA, or Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average, on the weekly bar chart. So, here is that weekly bar chart, and this line represents OTAPMA. You know where the market is right now? Right here, traders. Here's OTAPMA. Here's the market. Left shoulder, head. We're going to go in and fill in these blue lines and make a right shoulder, and bonds have topped, and bonds are going to spend quite some time on the downside. But forget about the head and shoulders. The purpose of this video, and I'm going to rip through charts very quickly now, is OTAPMA, and where are we? If it's a fundamental shift, markets come charging to my OTAPMA for some reason. We don't know why, but they come flocking to OTAPMA right before a fundamental shift. So here we go. Bonds and OTAPMA, they have come together. Next on the block, dollar index and OTAPMA, another upright head and shoulders, which is quite bearish. And I would say the formation is quite clear. It is a head and shoulders. When is the only question now, is the dollar going to break? Not if, but when. However, OTAPMA, look where it is. The dollar is here, OTAPMA is here. So bonds and dollars go to OTAPMA. Look at euro currency. Where is it at? OTAPMA. Yes, come on. You can chime in with me, guys. Okay. So euro currency is at OTAPMA in the form of an inverted bullish head and shoulders. Then there's the British pound. And where's the British pound at?
OTAPMA.
OTAPMA. Then there's the Swiss franc. And where's the Swissy at?
OTAPMA.
OTAPMA. And then there's the Australian dollar. And where is it?
OTAPMA.
OTAPMA. The OMNI Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. Then we have a Canadian dollar. Look what it just did. It had a massive break. When? When it got below?
OTAPMA.
Yes, OMNI Trading Academy's proprietary. Let's continue. The gold, look at this, traders. Let me slow down for a moment. Here's a weekly chart of gold. Gold has been holding this line since 2009 when the fear began. Holding the line, holding the line, holding the line. No longer. Now it's gone up to the line and tested it. Has failed and has gotten below OTAPMA. No way. Gold is done. This is called a top. I'm 90% sure in the next few weeks we will know for sure. But you are hearing us call top in gold on this date, January 28, 2013. Let's continue. That's a weekly chart, by the way, on the X. Silver on a weekly coming down from a huge apex, and it is below OTAPMA, baby. Let's keep looking. Copper below OTAPMA, but the idea is they're all at OTAPMA. That's the idea behind this. They're all at OTAPMA. Here we go again. Platinum at OTAPMA. What is it doing here? This is insane. Another market. Look at this. They just keep on coming, traders. Palladium. It just broke out of OTAPMA in the form of a bull flag right at OTAPMA. Wait till you see the next charts. And then there's corn. Let's move over to the grains. Corn just gets above OTAPMA. Traders, I wouldn't be so fast on selling these grains anymore. You know why? This is a massive bull flag right here. And it's holding OTAPMA. That's corn. I love the fact it's holding OTAPMA and the fact that it's at OTAPMA with all those other markets. But I'd hold off on selling for now in the grains, that's for sure. Then there's soybeans, traders. Same sort of action down at OTAPMA once again. Soybeans at OTAPMA, another grain. Then there's wheat. Wheat just bounced off of OTAPMA. Look at this right here. OTAPMA comes across the bottom, has a major explosion, comes right down near it and starts to go back up. The market is bouncing off OTAPMA. Then there is oats. And where is oats at?
OTAPMA.
And it just keeps on going. Watch this. Live cattle. Now we're changing from grains to moving over to meat markets. Look at the way it's bounced off OTAPMA, and just took off from the OTAPMA. And look how great, look how cattle has held this line all the way through. Cattle getting more expensive, shows the economy's heating up. Live hogs, and where is it at?
OTAPMA.
Yeah, baby, in the form of a bull flag right there, just under OTAPMA. Then we have feeder cattle, and feeder cattle is right at my OTAPMA. The OMNI Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. What comes up next? Cocoa. Look at the way it bounces off the average, and then starts its retreat. Cocoa at OTAPMA, or just bounced off the OTAPMA and broke. Then there's a market like cotton. These are all weekly charts. Traders, cotton just got all the way up, just about up there now. It's on its way. Look what happened last time it got under it. It just stayed there. Now it's heading back to it. Traders, this just does not stop. This is continuous, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. Let's keep on looking. Next, you have the crude oil. Traders, crude oil. Wow, look at this. Bouncing off that OTAPMA right now. A world energy getting through OTAPMA on the way up. That is bullish, but the point is it's at the OMNI Trading Academy's proprietary moving average along with all those other charts. Here we go again, heating oil. Look at this. It's at OTAPMA. Yes, indeed. Let's keep on going. This doesn't stop. Then you have gasoline. Gasoline is right there now, kissing it right at OTAPMA, and it looks like it wants to stay under it. Gas prices down a little. Traders, the entire CRB index has shied away from my OTAPMA all the way through this move, and has just gotten back near it now. So the CRB looks like it's going to shy away from it. The point is, look at all of these charts. This is called a fundamental shift. Now we look at the major markets, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Look at how it's been bouncing off OTAPMA, and now it's running away from it, forcing all those other markets to gather around it. This is a big fundamental shift. Look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ since 2009 holding this red line. Now, like it did here and here, bouncing off OTAPMA and getting ready to explode. These markets, the big stock markets, are the ones pushing those other markets towards OTAPMA. Then you can look what happened here at the Nikkei. Once it got above OTAPMA, look at this crazy run it just had. Traders, I kid you not, the OMNI Trading Academy's proprietary moving average is telling us we are in the midst of a fundamental shift and our markets are about to explode. So, traders, you've seen the charts, and there is my fundamental reason and technical reason why emini, S&P, Dow Jones, Euro, those markets go up on Sunday through Monday at least, probably into Tuesday, and why we are absolutely at a fundamental shift. I don't care what anybody says. These things go away, and these get what replaces it. Exclamation points. We are at a fundamental shift in the markets according to OTAPMA. I just showed that to you, and if that is the case, you heard it here first. The gold, the bonds, the silver, the bunds, German bonds those are, have topped. We'll let the markets finish calling that, but I'm calling that officially for now. If anything changes, I will let you know. Traders, come on down to livewithoscar.com where I'd like to congratulate one person that just won. Hey, Sapphire, here you go, baby. There's the shirt that we sent out for you. Congratulations, Sapphire. Yeah. What is t-shirt? So here it is. This is what the front looks like. This is what the back looks like. If you guys come on down to livewithoscar.com, come to my trading room, you guys too can join our contest and win one of these shirts. We try to give out at least one shirt every day. All right, traders, I'm going down into my trading rooms. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I know it was long, but hey, you know why it was long? Listen to this list. I just showed you charts in bonds, dollar index, euro currency, British pound, Swiss franc, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, gold, silver, copper, platinum, palladium, corn, soybeans, wheat, oats, live cattle, live hogs, feeder cattle, cocoa, cotton, crude oil, heating oil, gasoline, CRB index, Dow Jones Industrial, Nikkei, and the NASDAQ. So it took us a little time, but I thought I had to show you all of that to make our point. Fundamental shift. The United States is going bonkers, and if you are thinking about buying real estate, you heard it from Uncle Oscar. Get the hell off the couch and buy it now. Interest rates are going up when bonds go down. When bonds go down, interest rates go up inherently, whether the Fed raises them or not. When traders sell bonds, interest rates go higher. You need to know that. Make sure if you're thinking about real estate, you better seriously thinking about jumping in and buying that real estate. All right, traders, don't forget, 2 seats left open, maybe 1 for OmniCamp. Fill out your applications, and I will see you at the site. Don't forget, always keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll fundamental shift 2013. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.